Hey guys, Blockchain Bernie here, aka Bernie Bloom, founder and CEO of Bitoku Labs. We are building the storage layer for Web3 so that Web3 apps cannot just store to those accounts on those L1 blockchains, such as Solana and Avalanche and Ethereum and all the others. That's great for storing just a little bit of data. But if you need lots of data, as many of those Web3 apps will need, you need a real storage layer that kind of delegates the storage to storage provider nodes, right? So that not each and every validator node has to store all the data, as it is the case with all of these current L1 blockchains. So we will break that limitation and make Web3 possible with the Bitoku blockchain. Where are we right now? This is the April update. So I'm going to tell you what we achieved in the month of March. And the month of March was another one of these months where, we did a lot of stuff kind of under the hood. Not that much to show off, right? And the most thing we did was testing. Because as you all know, we had some issues with our node store and with the rewards calculation. There were a few people that got too much rewards. Thankfully, the ones that really got too much, they returned much of it. Or they all returned it, so I'm super thankful for those 3 people. But there are other folks out there that just have received a wrong amount of rewards and stuff like that. So we make these rewards now traceable, so anyone can see exactly how much have you earned according to our light paper where everything's set out. And we don't want any bugs in there. And it frankly took us longer than we would have hoped for to fix all these bugs. But this time we want to be sure that, everything's correct. So after having developed all those fixes, we have been testing that, and we're still testing it. And we're not testing it with synthetic data. We're testing it with the real data. So with all the node owners that have purchased those, 2,675 nodes, that's how many nodes we sold, right? That is fantastic. And with all those node owners, we get the real data on what date and time they actually purchased those nodes. And then we make all the calculations on how much they earned and do all that testing. And it is taking time. It's just taking time, right? And we also, in March, we had our very first ever AMA, live AMA on YouTube, right? So that was a YouTube live stream. I was there live and answering your questions. And that was a lot of fun to me and hopefully a lot of fun to the other guys. Everyone was really nice and, asking questions to the point. I prepared for all sorts of questions, right? So I watched some live AMAs from people like Charles Hoskinson, right? And some people asked him, hey, Charles, when was the last time you had sex or something like that, right? So what happens if someone asked me that, right? So I was prepared for anything, but everyone was so nice and just talking about the Bitoku chain and stuff like that. We agreed, we did a little poll, and we said, how often do we want to do those AMAs? And the response was most of you guys want it once a month. So in the month of April, we will have another live AMA where you can ask me anything about the progress. And also in the AMA, I promise that there will be that kind of relaunch event. We will have a rebranding. I talked about the rebranding. People keep asking me, hey, why do you rebrand? There's many reasons, but the key reason is we have a neighbor in our domain name that we don't really like. So we have the bitoku.io. The bitoku.com is a porn site, and it's not only a porn site, it's a scammy porn site. So they seem to do kind of illegal things there. That's the reason we cannot reach out to them, and we can never buy that domain name. So we thought we just have to rebrand. And the other thing is with the search engine optimization, There is a very popular board game called Bitoku, and we underestimated how popular this board game is. So it will be hard for us to rise up into the top of the Google search engine results and other search engine results. Bing is becoming more and more popular, rightfully so, I believe. Anyway, so we are doing that rebranding. We haven't announced the new name yet. The new name is cool. We are just busy creating that logo that we need for the new name. It's gonna be it's also a very fun project, but also taking some time. And there will be a few benefits. And I announced one in the AMA, and I'll repeat it here. So anyone who has a node before that relaunch, right? And the relaunch, we hope it's going to happen in April. I cannot promise it. It might be in May. So don't quote me on it. And we will announce the exact day as soon as we finish testing and we have everything done, right? I just don't want to announce a fixed date and then having to push it back, right? So, but it could be that this relaunch is going to happen in April, and anyone who already has nodes before that relaunch will get a very special NFT, a pass NFT, and with that NFT, there will be extra benefits, like extra DAO tokens. We will launch the DAO, the Distributed Autonomous Organization, together with that relaunch. You will have voting rights to vote on the future of our project. And you will get extra nodes, and you will have the opportunity to lock up your Oku tokens, and get some DAO tokens in return for locking up your Oku tokens, and all these kind of things. So it is huge benefits, and I'm glad that there were a few guys out there that purchased some founders nodes. It's on get.bitoku.io. get.bitoku.io. There you can get your founders node if you don't have one yet. And if you buy it before the relaunch, you're going to be one of these lucky winners of that very special NFT. So I can only encourage you, if you don't have it yet, get your founders node there. And if you want to know more about our project, just join our Discord, right? There's always things happening on our Discord, and you can ask us any question there. There's the light paper on our website, bitoku.io. And this was my April update. And I have updates each and every month, right? So I keep all of you guys, all of this Bitoku community, which is one of the greatest communities out there. Thank you, everyone, for being such a great community. I just can only repeat it each and every time. So that community is out there on the Discord. We answer all your questions there, and I'm staying in touch with you through these monthly updates and through the AMAs also, where you can ask me any question. And even though it seems a little bit slow, the progress the last few months, it is, we have to catch up with the bugs that we had last year. And it's taking us some time. The relaunch and the rebranding is taking us some time. But we've also made big progress on the actual blockchain, on the SDK. I sound like like a broken record or something, that we're going to put it out there in a public repo really soon, and it's actually ready. We were just busy in March with getting all the tests done, getting the logo done, and all these type of things that we haven't put it live yet. But actually, we will be doing that. So great progress here on the Bitoku blockchain. I'm so happy you're all here. I'm so happy we have 2,675 nodes sold by you guys. So thanks for all of that. And I'm looking forward to that relaunch. I can't say how excited I am, and so glad to see you all back there, and so glad to see all the newcomers also there. All right. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and it really helps the YouTube algorithm. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching, and catch you guys later.